Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the book that he's read this week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, the book I've read this week is this one. It's called Think Twice by Harlan Coben. It was released on the 23rd of May 2024 as a hardback, published by Century here in the UK. And I thought Harlan Coben is a very prolific, well-known author, published millions of books worldwide. I've never reviewed one of his books on the channel, so I thought it was high time. This one, as I said, just came out a couple of weeks ago. And it's the 12th adventure for his character, Myron Bolitar. Myron's sports agent, and him and his mate, WIn, full name, so he says, checking his notes, Win's Win Lockwood III, have a series of adventures. I check the back catalogue, and whilst this is the 12th book, there haven't been a Myron and WIn adventure for 8 years, so I guess we were due one. Okay, less of the waffle cliff. What's this one about? Well, book kicks off when Myron's in his office and his receptionist says, "Hey Myron, there's a couple of FBI agents here to see you." Do what, he thinks? Hang on, why do the FBI want to see me? So they come in, two agents, sit him down and say, "We're investing a double murder. It's the murder of a socialite and her son. There's some DNA evidence that we found at the murder scene, and it belongs to Greg Downing." Myron is absolutely shocked. Greg Downing was a former rival in sports, in love, and indeed was a client of his. So Myron's the sports agent, he was Greg's agent, but he's somewhat disturbed because Greg Downing's been dead for 3 years. Myron read his eulogy at his funeral. So Myron's saying, that can't be right. Greg's been dead for 3 years. And they're saying, well, DNA don't lie, son, So they leave, and Myron calls WIn. WIn is actually in the meeting with the FBI. Myron and WIn sit down and talk and say, well, what on earth's going on here? We've got to try and find out, is Greg still alive? And what's going on? So Myron and WIn begin to investigate what's going on. They're trying to find out, is Greg possibly alive? During the course of their investigations, it turns out that there's something strange here. They find out that one of the FBI agents is in fact a profiler. And they find out through a contact, a friend of a friend, that in fact the FBI are looking into a serial killer who is very, very clever. Someone who obtains DNA evidence and effectively both kills the subject and frames somebody else with their DNA for their murder. So it's a very well-planned, intricate, thought-out murder. And Myron and WIn decide they've got to get involved with this. They've got to get to the bottom of this, because it could well be that people who have been incarcerated, and in one case a crime lord, a guy called Joey the Toe, has been incarcerated incorrectly on false evidence. So thus the tale unfolds. It's a well-written tale, lots of twists and turns, and you don't know right until the end who the perp is. Really enjoyed reading it. There's also some elements of humour. There's some Myron with his self-deprecating humour, Myron and WIn bouncing off each other. Also some funny bits where Myron's talking to his parents who live in a retirement community, and they've suddenly discovered edibles. So, a little bit of humour along with the suspense and the drama. So I really enjoyed it. First Myron Bolitar story I've read and said, really enjoyed it. I'd give it 7 out of 10. The actual story is 412 pages, so I read it in a couple of sessions. So that's it for this week's brief book review. I'm glad I discovered Myron and WIn, and look forward to another one of their adventures in the future. So that's it for this week's brief book review. 10/10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching. Bye.